All right, let's talk about learning Spanish. If you're here, it's probably because you really want to get a handle on your pronunciation, right? Well, you are in the perfect spot. Today, we're going to dive into the Spanish alphabet. But listen, forget those boring ABC lists you had in school. We're going to focus on what actually matters, the sounds. This is your foundation for speaking clearly and with confidence. So let's get into it.
You know, this quote right here, this is the whole idea behind what we're doing. It's so much more accurate to think of it as letters and sounds instead of just the alphabet. This little shift in thinking changes everything. It's not about memorizing names of letters. It's about mastering the noises your mouth needs to make. And trust me, that is the real secret to sounding natural when you speak Spanish.
And you know, there's a really good reason why this matters so much. The person behind our source material shared this great story about how she struggled with her own English pronunciation for ages. Why? Because nobody ever really taught her the basic, fundamental sounds correctly. And that's what this is all about. We're giving you the tools right from the get-go so you don't have that feeling of being embarrassed or misunderstood down the line. It's all about building that solid base. So, where do we even begin? Well, we start with the easy wins. This first batch of letters is going to feel super familiar because their sounds are pretty much identical to English. This is where we start building up that momentum and confidence. Okay, let's just fly through these. You've got F, L, M, P, S, T. The F in foco, same F you've used your whole life. The L in local, the M in mama, it's all the same stuff. Pedro, sol, tonto. Seriously, look at that. You just mastered 6 Spanish sounds, and you barely had to do anything. All right, let's level up just a little bit. Now for something a bit more fun. Some letters in Spanish are kind of like chameleons. Yep, they actually change their sound based on which vowel comes right after them. But don't worry, the rule for this is incredibly simple.
Let's just take the letter C. Here's the deal. If it's followed by an A, an O, or a U, it makes that hard K sound, like in the word casa. But if it's followed by an E or an I, it softens up and sounds just like an S, like in the name Cesar. That's it. That's the whole rule. Once you get that, you've got it for good. And you know what's awesome? The exact same logic, the same pattern, works for the letter G. Before an A, O, or U, it's that hard G sound you hear in the word gato. But put it before an E or an I, and it makes this soft, kind of breathy sound, almost like an English H, like in the word género. It's the same rule as the C. Easy, right? Okay, now we get to the really fun stuff. These next few sounds are what gives Spanish its unique personality. I'm telling you, if you can get these down, you are going to be well on your way to sounding absolutely fantastic. Let's start with what has to be the easiest rule of all time, the letter H, or H. Here it is. It's silent. It's there when you write it, but when you speak, you just pretend it's not there. So the word for hello isn't hola, it's just hola. That's it. Simple as that. Ah, yes, the iconic ñ. This is probably the most famous letter in the whole Spanish alphabet. That little wavy line on top, that's called a tilde, and it's a signal. It tells you to make a ñ sound. You already know the sound. It's the same one you hear in the middle of the word canyon. So this word here isn't nino, it's niño. Next up, we have the double L, or the doble L. When you see these two L's together, they basically team up to make one sound, and that sound is the y sound, just like in the word yes. So the Spanish word for rain isn't pronounced with a big L sound at all. It's pronounced lluvia. I absolutely love how our source material describes these next two sounds. This quote just captures it perfectly. They're like two interesting cousins, almost twin sisters. They're so closely related, but they are definitely not identical. Okay, so here's the difference, and this is a big one. The single R when it's in the middle of a word, like in orina, is a super soft, really quick little tap of your tongue just behind your top teeth. It's almost like the way Americans say the T's in a word like butter, that little tap. The double R, though, that's the famous one. That's the rolled R, a much stronger, vibrating sound like in the word perro. Now here's the one exception you gotta remember. A single R at the very beginning of a word, like Ramon, always gets that strong rolled sound too. So what about the letters W and X? Well, you can think of them as visitors. They're not super common in native Spanish words.
They usually just pop up in words that are borrowed from other languages, like Washington. The X can be a little special, especially in a word like Mexico, where it makes the sound more like the Spanish jota. But for now, just know they're pretty rare, so you really don't need to stress about them. And that's it. We've covered the easy wins, the sound shifters, and those special sounds that make Spanish so unique. What you have now isn't just a list of letters. It's a real blueprint for how to speak the language. And I really want to leave you with this powerful reminder. Getting these sounds right, it's everything. This is the fundamental base. Everything else you learn in your Spanish journey is going to be built right on top of this. If you can get this right, you are totally setting yourself up for success. So my question for you is this. Which sound are you going to practice first? Are you going to tackle the chameleon C and G? Or maybe you're finally ready to master that rolled RR. Just pick one and give it a shot today. Thanks for hanging out with me.